Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. I am Jenya. In today's video we're going to be cleaning, organizing and decluttering this messy house. I will also be including the building of my little DIY bench that I've been wanting to do for quite a while now, and I finally did today. And so I will be starting today's video with the building of the bench, and then since it's going into our master bedroom, I'm gonna have to spend some time in that messy bedroom and make sure that it's all cleaned all the way throughout. We're gonna tidy up in there, change the bed sheets, wipe the big windows and all the dust, of course, vacuum and wash the floors. And then we have another project which is in the kitchen under my sink. There's a bunch of stuff in there that needs to be cleaned, decluttered and organized. So that's what we'll be doing today, and I hope you enjoy watching those transformations. And right now I'm at Home Depot picking out my wood for the bench. I already asked them at the store to cut the wood for me, so that all I had to do was to put it together. And then of course stain the bench. This is probably one of the easiest benches I found how to do on YouTube, and so I'm gonna follow the directions of one of those videos. The wood is so rough that I can't even hold it without scratching my skin, so I'm gonna have to sand it first just to be able to work with it. If you know anything about woodworking, please don't be hard on me, because this is definitely my first time building a bench. Only recently, just a few months ago, I learned how to hold the drill properly and what to do with it, so I'm definitely still learning. I don't think I'll be trying to be a professional woodworker. I already have a couple of hobbies that take up all of my time and make me happy, but I think it's useful and fun to make things DIY sometimes when it saves you money. And since I have been trying to look for a bench online, I couldn't find anything at a reasonable price. The best price I found was $68 from Amazon, but this one is gonna cost me less than $20, so I decided to just go ahead and give it a try. If you're new here, I am Jenya and I am a stay-at-home mom of two toddlers, 1 and 3 years old. I came to America from Russia a long time ago, and then I married my American husband 4 years ago. About 6 months ago, we sold our townhouse and moved into this house of our dreams, which has some things that need to be changed and worked on, and we are excited to do that. We have a cat and we also just adopted a little puppy, so this house is definitely full of little kids and little animals, and so I always have things to clean, declutter and organize on a daily basis, which I hope you find motivating. So those are the type of videos you will find on my channel, mainly cleaning, decluttering and organizing, and sometimes there could be a DIY project and maybe a room makeover. And so I hope if you enjoyed today's video, you will come back and see me again here on this channel. So I realized something wasn't right here. The corners were not quite at 90 degrees, and it gets pretty hard to hold the wood still when you're drilling through it. So I decided to take the screws out and do it over, but the right way. I decided to use the wood glue to make sure that the wood is kept together while I'm drilling through it, at least better than before. As much as I wanted to just leave it as is, I decided to not let myself be lazy and correct it if I can. Honestly, I had this phrase in my head that wouldn't leave me alone, that I came across somewhere recently, and it said, if you don't have the time to do it the right way, will you have time to do it over?
Now you're not here, you brought us down, I told you so. Oh, how I wish I didn't care, that we were okay, that I could just erase, rewind, let it roll. Meet me back here next year, and I'll be fine by then. We were on a high, but now we're letting go, and finding the way back is all I know. All I know. From now, I'm thinking about myself, I'm minding just my own. So when we meet again, I'm fine by then. Fine by then. I'll be fine by then. I go to bed to get up early. I go to work and not much change. I met a girl and she's quite funny, but I'm not quite there, ready for love. It's been alright without you here, though it was better when you were there right by my side that long ago. Oh, how I wish I
Now that the bench is pretty much done, I just wanted to sand it real fast just to get rid of any tough spots that are left in the corners and stuff. And then I'm gonna take it outside and stain it with my favorite stain color. I gotta tell you, I loved everything about this bench, but being that this is my first time ever doing a project like that, it was standing up perfectly, but then if you were to touch it, it was shaking just a little bit. And I've got to put, I think, a little furniture, little pad that you put underneath your kitchen table legs, for example, and I'm sure that will fix that little shake. I'm not gonna do it right away because I couldn't find any furniture little pads on me. I know I had some, but I couldn't find them. It wasn't a huge concern of mine because what I was making this bench for was to put it at the end of our bed, and so when I sleep under 1,000 blankets at night and I push them off during the night, instead of pushing them on the floor, I would push them off onto this little bench. And of course, things like clothes that always ends up on the floor, we don't really have anything to throw it onto, and so that's why I was making this little bench.
Now winter's here.
I noticed that whenever I do a new project, I don't always clean up my mess, or rather I don't clean it right away and then I will have to go back to it later when I don't feel like it, and it just goes on for days. And so I've been making it a point to clean up my mess right away, not only after a DIY project, but also when organizing and decluttering things. Sometimes I put things into categories and then into some sort of containers, and then a couple of those containers will always end up in a different room and not quite put away as I was supposed to do. So I've been making it a point to not do that and always clean up my mess 100% after I'm done with my whatever project it was. Anyways, now this is a couple of days later. We're moving on to our master bedroom. I'm gonna have to clean it all up. The bench is actually here by the window and I'll tell you what happened in just a second. But first, what I'm gonna do here is just start by clearing up all the surfaces, putting away all of the clutter. Then I'm gonna wipe the windows and all of the dust. I'm going to change the sheets, make the bed, and then switch to the floors by vacuuming them first and then do a light mop because these kind of floors don't really like a lot of water on them. These floors are called cork and we have them pretty much all over the house. I've never heard about these kind of floors before and I am only learning about them now. They're basically made from the bark of cork oak tree, so they are fragile, they do not like water, they do require quite a bit of maintenance. I'm only explaining that because I do get questions about those floors surprisingly a lot from you guys, what kind of floors these are, and so they are cork.
Woke up from a dream without a sun. The world was upside down and you were gone. I couldn't see, it's all in me. Still falling in a dream down in me. Waking up in my cold sweat, feel like I am deep in debt without you.
Wanted to let you know that to clean everything right now, I am using my favorite all-purpose DIY cleaner, which is 1 part water, 1 part vinegar, and 1 part alcohol, and then there is a couple of drops of dishwashing soap. Some people like adding some essential oils to it as well to make it smell nice.
A single drip could make it all come down. I'm reaching up for you, higher and higher.
I normally change my microfiber cloths like crazy, and so I decided to just try and use one for this cleaning. This is why I started with wiping the glass windows first, and then I rinsed my microfiber cloth, and now I'm gonna wipe the TV with some alcohol, and then I can switch to the rest of the surfaces with the same microfiber cloth and some all-purpose cleaner.
Standing by the edge of night and day. Don't know where I've been or where I'll stay. Please say you'll be here with me. Still walking in a dream down in me.
This little lantern I got for $5 from the dollar store, and even though I have like 1,000 of lanterns, after Christmas my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of lanterns of hers. They're beautiful, nice, tall, and a very good quality. I still like this little one here in my bedroom because it has a little light candle. It's just the time to change the batteries on it. And as far as I dislike having little things all over the house that require replacement batteries all the time, unless it's a necessity, I try to get rid of all of those unnecessary devices. Batteries are quite expensive, you know, but at the same time some things for me are exceptions, like this candle for example. It's definitely not a necessity, but I just love having that particular light at night. I finally switched my phone to be on the same page with my husband. He always had Apple, I always had Android, and now that we are the same, I'm going to change this charger that I use at night for my phone. We are very short on hand towels all over the house, and the reason is because I've been waiting to decide on what kind of style and what kind of color I would like it to be for all over the house and get them all at once. But I ended up buying a couple of here, a couple of there anyways. I got these kitchen towels from Ross for $4.99 for the two of them, and then I got a bunch from Amazon that was $4 a piece. I was not quite impressed, but they were okay. I'm still gonna keep them. Also pointing out to you that I got that bin for $10 from Ross as well, but then I got these ones with the fish from Ross as well, and I love them. I paid $4.50 a piece for those, and then if you compare them to the ones I got from Amazon for $4 a piece, the Amazon is on the left and the ones with the fish from Ross is on the right. The ones with the fish are so much better in quality. Maybe that was too much information on the towels, but I was just impressed with the difference in quality, and I know that if I buy a bunch of towels, I'm not gonna buy it from Amazon. I want to see them first and feel them first. Also, please feel free to let me know if you happen to have a favorite brand for hand towels. My son Maxime decided to say hi.
Forget all your sorrows, let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade.
Time to change the sheets and make the bed, and it may sound so simple, but it's going to be quite a challenge for me today.
Backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright. All night, we're all about the good vibes. All about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink.
As far as I know, when it comes to changing sheets, cats are the biggest obstacle, but I'm not gonna blame my cat for simply being a cat and getting on my way when it comes to the sheets. But then my daughter decided to do that too, and I wanted to let you know, in case you missed my last video, my daughter broke her collarbone and now she's wearing a little sling. I also wanted to keep you in the loop, guys, and let you know that I might disappear for the next week or maybe even a couple. By disappearing, I mean I might miss a couple of videos, although I've never done this. I love doing YouTube and everything, but sometime soon I'm gonna need to take a couple of weeks time off, and after I'm back I think I'm more likely than not to let you know what's been happening, but there's nothing to worry about, everything is fine. So I'm gonna move this bench where I want it at the end of the bed. But when I put it there on the first night after it was dry and everything, my husband ran into it at night when it was dark and he can't see anything. And then on top of that, that evening my daughter ran into it as well, but she is just very, I don't know what the best word would be. She runs into things really easily. She always falls down, bumps into corners, you name it, she does it. It's no surprise she's wearing a sling right now. So my husband got pretty angry at the bench on the first night. He moved it by the window and said that's where it's going to be if you want it in this room. But I decided to give the bench a second chance. Anyway, I moved it right back by the end of the bed. I'm just going to put a couple of blankets on top of it to make it softer when he bumps into it next time. Maybe it's gonna take a couple of weeks for him to actually realize that there is a bench there now. Hopefully we'll figure it out without anybody hurting themselves again.
Drinking way too much, drinks I can't afford, and I buy little things, wanna kick people out the door. Well, so maybe I'll go to hell. Don't watch me go. And maybe I'll go to hell.
Sometime soon it's definitely going to be a good time to get a nice big rug for this bedroom. Whenever I'm at Ross, I always look at their rug collection at that moment because they always have great prices for rugs, and if I see something that I like that is also big enough to fit in this bedroom, I'm just gonna get it. I came into the laundry room to get the mop and the water ready, but of course there's at least gonna be 5 more tasks on the way. So I wanted to just start the blanket that I took off my bed, wash it, and before I put the blanket into the washer, of course there was already laundry waiting for me to be put into the dryer. So I'm gonna set that up and then make the solution for washing the floors in the bedroom. My daughter wanted to help me with the blanket, but I told her that she can't do that with the sling on her arm. I asked her to help me with something else maybe later, and so she started playing with the light switch on her way out, as you can see. I always hear that you should put your laundry detergent pads as well as any kind of sand boosters first into the washing machine and then add your laundry on top, but I always forget. Been crazy about Pine Sol lately. For washing my floors, it's just the best scent ever, so I got another big bottle for backup.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
This floor mop is the only one I really have, and these cork floors, they don't like water much, like I mentioned, and so I try to squeeze the mop as much as I can before I wash the floors.
So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky.
I'm coming back into the bedroom a little bit later after the floors have dried to put everything back in place.
I hope it never ends. Let's be more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay.
Now that this room is done, I'm gonna show you the after shots, and then we're moving into the kitchen for another project.
So hold me tight through the night. It's just us.
Okay, this is my under the sink area in the kitchen. Don't ask me what's going on in here, I have no idea. I need to get everything out, go through everything, clean, declutter, organize, and put it back in an organized order.
I can't believe
Also, after we reinstalled our sink just about a few weeks ago, I never quite got under the sink to clean all the mess after all the sewing and drilling. It was quite a project, but I never quite got to under the sink to clean that mess, and you'll see how much sawdust is going to be.
I can't believe you let me go. Oh, I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you let me. I can't believe you let me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm
I got this cabinet liner, of course, from Ross for $5.99, so I'm gonna use it for under the sink.
car. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine.
I have plenty of space under the sink area, but I feel like I'm forever figuring out where to store my dirty microfiber cloths as well as dirty floor wipes. I use washcloths for floor spills, and we have a lot of spills, so I go through them a lot. The other thing is we have a new puppy and he's still small, and we have had quite a few accidents at the beginning, and after I'm done wiping those accidents, I don't really like storing those towels together with the dirty microfiber cloths for the kitchen. So that's my main dilemma here in the kitchen, really. I feel like when the babies grow up a little bit, as well as the puppy, I'm not gonna need that many towels to go through on a daily basis, but right now that's what my main concern really is where to store all of the dirty cloths.
When I'm in this town, look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, nothing can break me.
As I showed you, this little organizer came from Ross for $13.99 as well. I'm just gonna use it to save on some vertical space under the sink. It wasn't fitting absolutely perfectly under the sink, so I'm gonna have to put it in an angle, and I'm going to store the clean floor wipes right here on top.
I'm gonna be someone else. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at these beautiful stars.
So I'm just storing the rest of the products that I need to keep here in the kitchen, and then I'm gonna show you the after shots. Those green bottles are dishwasher detergent. I don't know if we're gonna use them, but if not, I'm gonna ask my husband and then I'll throw them away if not. Then I have some floor cleaner and the otter destroyer for pets.
Nothing can break me.
Down here in front, I have everything that I use pretty much on a regular basis, and in the back I decided to store the refills such as soap refill, alcohol, and my thieves cleaner refill, which I would only need to use every once in a while, so I don't mind moving this black container and getting them.
Guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems. I thought we could fix.
And I have my barkeeper's friend, Mrs. Mars baking soda cleaner and glass spray. These are my favorite 3 cleaners that I use in the kitchen. And I'm not counting my DIY all-purpose cleaner, which I keep on top of the table right next to the sink. Okay, on this side, when it comes to blue and black baskets, I'll probably replace them eventually. Right now, that's all I have. Everything is self-explanatory on this side, and then I have this metal basket that I use for the sink. It's like a strainer for the sink that comes with the sink, but I don't like. I just want to keep it under the sink in case I use it, because sometimes I do. This blue basket is for dirty microfiber cloths because I like to hang them on the edge to first dry them and then kind of push them inside. And the black basket is for floor spills separately from microfiber cloths. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you sometime soon in a few weeks, okay? You have a great weekend and thank you. Bye bye.